Before we start modeling, let's get things organized by creating a project folder. To create a project folder, let's head to our data panel. Now, the data panel allows us to access, organize, and share Fusion 360 projects and design data. The files that are accessible from the web browser are also reflected here. Let's now select New Project, and let's name this as ASCII-machine-vise. Hitting enter. And to enter the folder, simply double left click. We haven't created anything yet, that's why this is empty. Let's now minimize our data panel. Let's start off by creating the simple parts. We will be working in the units of inches, and before we begin, let's tweak our preferences. So I'm going to head to my profile, selecting my name under preferences. Let's head to default units under design, and let's change this to inch. In addition, let's head to unit and value display. Under foot and inch display format, let's change this to fractional. Heading to apply and selecting OK. And lastly, under document settings, let's change the units to inch. Notice our chosen unit type is now set as default. Selecting OK. Before we can extrude anything, we need to create a sketch. Now I prefer to sketch on our XZ plane. So heading to Origin, selecting XZ. From here, I can right click and select Create Sketch. Let's create a rectangle. Now the shortcut key for that is hitting R. In addition, as a quick tip, make it a habit to center your geometry with respect to our origin. The origin, which is this, being our 0, x, y, z. To have our origin at the center of our rectangle, let me change our rectangle under feature options to center rectangle. Let's now drop our center point at the origin. Notice the dimension on the left is currently highlighted. With that, I can input a value. Let's key in 11/32. I'm going to hit tab, key in 2 space 5/16, hitting enter. Let's zoom in and create another rectangle here. So hitting R, and this time I will be using 2-point rectangle. Zooming in, left click here, and left click at the intersection. In addition, I want our newly created rectangle aligned vertically to our origin. Let's now grab our vertical constraint. I'm going to hold shift and locate the midpoint of this top horizontal line. So holding shift, left click, holding shift once more, and locating the midpoint of this horizontal line. So holding shift and left click. So notice their midpoints are now aligned vertically. Let's now hit D to grab our dimension, selecting this horizontal line. Let me drop our dimension here. Key in 3/16, hitting enter. Next, selecting this vertical line, place our dimension here, and key in 5/32. Hitting enter. Notice that our entities are now colored black, meaning they are fully defined. Fully defined, in addition, means I cannot move our entities anymore. So notice as I left click and hold, they're not moving. And from here, we can now grab our extrude tool. So let's select finish sketch, heading up to solid, selecting extrude, selecting this profile, left click, once more making our origin at the center of our geometry. So I'm going to change the direction to symmetric. I'm going to pull this arrow, giving this a thickness. And to be exact, I'm going to key in 0.186 inch. In addition, let's change the measurement to hole length, Operation U body, and hit OK. So we now have our first component. Let's now save this file into our project folder. So heading up, selecting save. So take note of the location. And I'm going to name this as slide-key. Selecting save. File now saved into the cloud. Let's take a look at our data panel. So here it is. Join me in the next lesson as we create the next component, which is the special key.